Hey guys, sorry I had to take a break for a couple. I was tired. I had a lot of stuff to do at work. So, I took I think 2 days off or whatever. But anyway, I'm back. If you haven't seen my previous videos, go down to my channel below and yeah, you'll see them. So anyway, that's how I told our friends. If you haven't seen that, it's the latest video. But yeah, I told our friends and everything like that. So now we officially told everyone that we're pregnant. And it's like August and stuff. We did a little thing, like since it was the end of August, I wrote, I told John, I was like, I want to announce it really cute, And so I went to Dollar Tree. I got like this platter and like we got some like sand and stuff, and then we got seashells and we wrote it on the seashells, like our due date and like things like that. And then we got like little like baby stuff, so like a little pacifier, I think a little toy or stuff like that we got. And that's how we took a picture and everything. Like I was like really into it, like I wanted to have a baby, but I was telling him like what ideas do you want to have to tell people that we're having a baby. And he was just like, oh, I don't know, like that. And so he wasn't really like enthusiastic as I was, or I hoped that he would be, and so like I was kind of just like thrown off. I'm like, this is our kid, like you're supposed to be happy and excited with us too or whatever. And I don't know if I told you guys, but I wanted a baby. Like I think I did. I told you in a previous video that I wanted a baby. And he was like always making up excuses, not excuses, but he was like always having a reason to not start trying. And he kind of brought that up. He was like, you're the one who wanted the baby the most or whatever. And I'm like, I'm just here like, and then he did stuff like, he's like this though. He's like, oh, I don't get excited for things unless it happens. And he said that more too, which I get it. He does that for everything. Like if we're going on a vacation, I'm like, oh, are you excited we're going on vacation? He's like, no, like, I wait until like we're actually there. Then I know like it's really happening. And why he's like that is because his mom, the bitch that she is, right? His dad planned a vacation to go to like Disney World or something like that, right? And they were planning it, and his mom told him like, yeah, you're going to Disney World. He's so excited and everything like that. And the days up to it or whatever, like they were starting to do something. I guess his mom and his dad got into a fight, and she ended up canceling the Disney World trip, not telling John, and taking them to a doctor's visit instead. So he went in the car thinking that he was going to go to Disney World, and he ended up going to the doctor and getting a shot. So he told me that story, and he was like, after that, like I don't get excited for anything. Like I don't get excited unless I'm actually there. And I get that, but he's like saying that, and I understand. But I wish he would have been more enthusiastic about the baby, because we were excited. Well, I was excited really much, and we planned this, and this is a start in our new life. But anyway, I put that out, and I got a picture and everything like that. And I was having like, I was scared, of course, because, this is the first trimester. Anything could happen. When we got pregnant the first time, we had a miscarriage, or they call it a chemical pregnancy, because it doesn't go to like, I think a chemical pregnancy is before you miss your first period or something like that. So I didn't miss my first period, and I had my, what do you call it? A miscarriage. I had my miscarriage at that time. So I was nervous because I'm like, what if I can't carry a kid to full term? Like, what if I get another chemical pregnancy? I mean, this has stuck for a while. Like, again, I found out early 3 weeks, but now this is like, I heard the heartbeat, I did everything, like I told people and stuff, but I'm like, what if there's still a chance that he's not gonna make it, like the kid's not gonna make it? And so I was nervous. And I remember we went to hang out with our friends, and I was like doing the most, like I was extra, like I'm like extra sometimes, so I was doing the most, and it was in the dark, we were in the woods, and it was kind of muddy, and I literally slipped and fell, and I was freaking out afterwards. I was freaking out, bro. Like, I was like, oh my God, like I slipped. Like, I had my mom told me this thing a long time ago, the story about my aunt who, she was 9 months pregnant, and she literally was going down the stairs, and she missed a step and kind of like stumbled, but like she didn't slide, like fall down the stairs, like she missed the step, but she caught herself and she lost the baby. Like, she was 9 months, bro, and she just literally just whoops, you know, like when you miss a step and you're just like, ooh, and you catch yourself, and she lost the baby. The placenta detached, and there was nothing they could do. The baby was dead. So like that was going in my head, the whole fact that I had a miscarriage before, like everything was going in my head when I fell, and I was just like, oh my God, I can't believe I did that. I was doing the most, and I was being extra, I was going out, and I feel like everything was normal, which it wasn't, and I'm pregnant, and I was like beating myself up. And I called later, like I was freaking out. At that time I couldn't find the baby's heartbeat on the Doppler, because I was doing it too high, so I didn't know. So I didn't know if the baby was okay. I was like freaking out, and he wasn't really there for me. Like, I was like, John, I can't feel the baby. I don't know the baby's heartbeat. I slipped. What if we lost the baby? What happened? And things like that. And he's like, I don't know, just go to the doctor. And I'm like, dude, like I need you there, but he wasn't there. And so anyway, I went to the doctor, and I went to the doctor. I called the doctor first, and I was like, I tripped. And they were like, oh, are you bleeding? I'm like, no. Do you have cramps? No. And they were like, well, everything's fine. Like, if you call back if you have bleeding or whatever. So I was just not satisfied. So literally, they're up the block. So I literally just hung up with them. I went to there, and I said, I want a doctor's appointment because I slipped, and I want to make sure the baby's all right. So they ended up getting me, and I heard the baby's heartbeat, and I saw them. They were like, oh, there's nothing wrong. Usually when you slip and fall, when you fall, or things like that, if you're not feeling cramps or you're not bleeding, usually the baby's fine. And the baby's very resilient around this time. So I was like, okay. I heard the baby's heartbeat. They reassured me again, and I was fine. I was like happy at this time. I was like, great, thank God. Then a couple days after that, I started bleeding, and I was like, holy shit, I'm bleeding. Like, it wasn't a lot of blood, but it was but again, like when I had the miscarriage, at first it started off with very faint blood, and it was just like a wipe and you see blood, and then it got dramatic and big. And when I was at the hospital when I had the miscarriage, they were like, oh, you're having a potential miscarriage, like, so I'm now pregnant. I want this baby. I'm just like, what the fuck? I'm bleeding. I called the doctors right away. They're like, go to the hospital if you're bleeding. I was like, because I called them, I was like, dude, I fell the other day, you guys checked it out, but now I'm bleeding and all of this stuff. So they're like, go to the hospital. I went to the hospital, and like, dude, they told me that I had placenta previa. So that's basically when the placenta is blocking the cervix, but I was still too young. So they were like, eventually it might correct itself, but if not, you won't be able to have a vaginal delivery because it's blocking the thing. So if you do that, the baby will burst through it, break through the placenta, and you'll potentially bleed out. So they were like, keep an eye on it, go to your next doctor's appointment, but you're fine. It's pretty much just because the placenta is by the cervix. That's why you're bleeding. So I was like, and John was there, and things like that. But he didn't really assure me or anything. He didn't make me feel better. He didn't make me like feel like, oh, I was okay and like, you know, it's all right or whatever. But yeah, that is what happened these past couple of times. But stay tuned, guys, for the next video. I hope you guys like this video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell button down below, and we'll chat as usual. Peace.